Greetings everybody, Horizions here, and welcome back to a YouTube video. Ignore the quality of the video, it's not going to be much good, just because this is going to actually be a Horizions Raw video. If I actually were to point the camera and point to that's right. It is quarter after midnight where I'm at, and I'll explain in just a few minutes what happened. So, about a few months ago, I had walked out on going to see 21 Pilots in concert, and finally today it finally happened. I got to manage to see them. They had an opening act perform before the band, and if you're wondering, curious what the band is called, it's called Ball Brigade. That opening act was from New Zealand, of all things, so I figured I'd tell you about my story on how I enjoyed it. I'm going to try to keep the video, my face in the video as much as I can for this. So about 5 o'clock, I had left the house, and eventually got something to eat, and I made my way down the expressway leading into the city. So got there around, I think, 7 o'clock on the dot. A lot of traffic and shenanigans. And eventually, of course, they came on around 7:45. Got myself a drink and stuff, so I was all filled up. And then finally, of course, they finished around 8:30. The main band comes on at 8:45 with Overcompensate, and boy, great song to start out the tour, of course. This is the first time I've actually been to a massive concert, so obviously it's not going to be, I was like real excited. I was surrounded by a lot of fans, and it was amazing. One of the things I actually got to do when I got there, of course, was find my seat, of course, and there was a lot of good songs that came off of it. They started with Open Compensate. They had the hits of Call Radio, Stressed Out, Jumpsuit, Nico and the Niners, Scale. I figured it'd be good down because they even had some from their independent years before they signed with Feel by Woman in 2012, 2013. They had a few from Self-Titled. I don't know if they had any from Regional Best, and I haven't listened to that album, so I can't have a massive opinion, and I also can't have a massive opinion on Self-Titled because I never listened to it in full. But for a person that's been into the band since more or less 2015, when Babyface was released, this was well needed. So for the Clancy album, they did Overcompensate, Next Semester, Midwest Indie Glue, The Craving, and Lavish, and a few others. I'm trying to remember off my head, but I can't at the moment. From the Scaled and Icy era, they did Shy Away, Mulberry Street, and I'm trying to remember if they did anything else from Scaled and Icy that I can remember, that I cannot. And from the Trench era, they did Nico and the Niners and Jumpsuit. From the Babyface era, they did Stressed Out, Wide, and Tail in My Heart. And from Vessel, they did Car Radio, and a few others. So, the band finally finished around 11, or just right after 11, and it was a chaotic mess just getting out of the parking lot of the arena. It took me about 15 minutes just to get out of the place. And then it took me about an hour to get home. You could thank IDOT for limiting the speed to 55 miles per hour going west out of the city. Good freaking minutes. So about the independent band that started earlier, Ball Brigade. They were from New Zealand. I've never heard of them before, but the third song was pretty good. But either it's the accent filter or something. I just couldn't understand their songs very well. Thank God my voice isn't shut out as it is, because I thought if my voice was going to be shot from just the end of it. but it's not. I feel fine. I feel great. And most important of all, I had a good time. At the end, they finished it off with one of the songs, and everybody starts screaming at the end. He tells everyone to go home. They finish off with Levitch, and a freaking confetti comes out. There were loud noises and all, but for the most part, I was fine. And as a fact, I didn't even have to wear some earplugs to calm the hell down. I thought I was going to have some sensory overload, but I didn't, so thank goodness for that. This is actually the first major concert I've ever been to. I've always wanted to see this band, but I just didn't have the time, either with school or just simply money issues. Finally, I had the time to do it, thanks to some help. So, there it is. This is just going to be my take on the Horizions War thing. Didn't mention it at first, but yeah, this is a Horizions War episode. I'm just going to finish it off here because I don't have much else to discuss. Thanks for everyone watching, and take care.